Let's move on and talk about a lot of the news that's coming in relating to the microfinance space. The DFS secretary chaired a meeting with microfinance institutions yesterday. Now, in this meeting, MFIs conveyed that they are facing difficulties in raising low-cost long-term funds, and the quality of the portfolios is perhaps being impacted by various issues, including a reduction in lending to the sector. So let's talk about this, what the issues at hand are, and what's the way forward. We have with us Mr. Alok Mishra, CEO and Director of MFIN, the industry body, self-regulatory body. Mr. Mishra, thank you very much for joining. And let's talk about this conversation that happened at North Block yesterday. I'm not sure if you attended the meeting or not, but really, what is it that microfinance lenders are seeking from the Finance Ministry, and are there any reassurances coming?
Yeah. Morning, and thank you for having me. I did attend the meeting, and I made the presentation on behalf of the sector. Generally DFS, we have regular meetings, maybe once in 5 months, once in 6 months or something. So it was a similar type of meeting. I presented the sector's contributions, what is the sector's outreach, and also few other issues like what is the current credit quality and what are the requests to the government. So all these things were discussed. It was a very cordial meeting, and as you have rightly quoted, the government has last night also issued a press release on it. So it was not something specific meeting. It is a regular meeting which we hold with DFS calls us periodically and has a meeting on the whole sector. So I did the presentation.
Sure. Yeah. So, but fair enough. We take your point, Mr. Mishra, that it was a regular routine, meeting that happens. But the concerns are a lot wider and deeper right now. If you look at any projections on the street, including I was looking at one, I think that India Ratings put out, the recovery expectations are being pushed back to now, second half of FY26. So did you seek anything, any specific support from the Finance Ministry in this meeting yesterday?
Yeah, let me first address your figures on credit quality. I think the credit quality, as I told, I think last week I was on your show and on CNBC, and I had said the field evidence suggests to us December was much better than November, and January is better. So the trend continues, but I said that in last week also that let it continue for 2-3 months, and then we will have a sustained figure. But even now, with our portfolio at risk, which is not overdue, portfolio at risk 1 to 90 days at around 4%, I think we are doing okay. The situation is coming back to stability side of it. So those who have pushed it to June 26 or whatever it is, I can't comment on that, but that's not my view on that. And as regards...
I'm sorry, yeah. We'll see what happens, but did you ask for anything specific? And has anything specific been promised by the government?
See, government promise, I would not say, but of course, government will examine it. We have said about 3 things, basically, let me tell you from our side. One was on the, it has been a long-standing ask from us that there has to be a dedicated refinance facility focused only on microfinance, so that, because like in the current times, if your credit quality is not so good at currently, and if there is a liquidity stress also from funding, that compounds the problem. So that was one ask. Second, we have also talked about KYC, enabling at least the last 4 digits of Aadhaar to be stored in the CICs for DDU, so that better underwriting can be done. So these were 2 specific asks. And third ask was about the guarantee scheme, because there is a guarantee scheme, CGS 1 and 2, but we said it has to be made more friendly for microfinance. And the contribution of microfinance in creating around 2 crore jobs, catering to 8 crore unique borrowers, low-income borrowers is there, and it is all unsecured. So we need the support of the government in having a suitable guarantee scheme also.
And what did the government say? When will you hear something concrete from the government side?
Well, it is all written in the press release. Government, last night, Press Information Bureau's press release, they have said they have taken a positive note of it. DFS values the contribution of microfinance in building India, and it will be suitably taken up in consultation with us.
But that doesn't, it's not very concrete. I mean, it's kind of open-ended. Are you expecting anything, any specific measures?
Yes, this sector has reached this place of 4 lakh crores and 8 crore borrowers only because of support of the government and the Reserve Bank of India. And see, you cannot expect in meetings we make demand. These are wider demands and what you can say policy action. They will require deliberation, thoughtful. You cannot expect overnight action on this.
You think
I'm
something in
sure.
the budget, Mr. Mishra?
I hope so. I remain positive. We'll
Mr.
continuously engage with them.
Mr. Mishra, can you also detail at an industry level, what do you have to say about some of the concerns that are being raised? I mean, and some numbers will help. I'm quoting various agencies, and this is the latest India Ratings report saying that there are multiple headwinds for the sector, such as borrower over-leveraging for both MFI loans and non-MFI loans, reduced center attendance, high attrition at branch levels, and instances of fraud leading to a higher operating and credit cost for the sector. So, this is what analysts on the street are pointing out. So can you tell us, for the industry as a whole, how do you see credit costs shaping up? What about the instances of, NPAs, frauds? What should we work with? Some ballpark maybe estimates that we can work with for FY25?
Well, as I said it last week again, that I will not comment on an individual rating agency's report, but the figures with me, last week also I had told this issue of, I do not know from where this issue of frauds come. I have not seen, neither reported any sector, because frauds are reported to Reserve Bank of India also by all NBFCs. I think that's not fair. On the portfolio quality, again, I will tell you the exact figures as of October. PAR 1 to 90 days is around 5 to 5.5%. If you want, I can give you the exact figure also. I think at the year end, we should marginally improve it. By March 25, I think the PAR 1 to 90 days will come down lower, and NPAs will also start coming down. But all the NBFC MFIs, wherever the NPA is there under ECL methodology, they have taken provisions. So I don't see much contribution on the credit quality. You will see we were the first to show the warning signs in May and June, and sector will be the first to come out of it.
Well, we certainly wish that is true. Mr. Mishra, we'll continue to engage with you as you engage with the government over the next many weeks and months. Appreciate it very much here on CNBC TV 18.